Some nights, Mumbai looks less like a city and more like a fatigued organism. We're all parasitically living inside. A creature that works, eats, hurries, sweats, digests us, and spits us out at the railway stations. Every city has its ghost story. Mumbai has thousands because this is a place where dreams die faster than the body, and the dead, whether literal or metaphorical, don't always know they are dead. This is Unclaimed. I'm your host, Prasad Chaubey, and tonight we are riding the last local from Churchgate, a train that doesn't appear on schedules, doesn't stop at platforms, and doesn't return passengers who failed to return to themselves. It began on the kind of night that smells of old photocopies, wet concrete, and unspoken stress. Our storyteller, let's call him me, had just rubbed up another lifeless day at an office in Fort. One of those offices where motivational posters try to inspire people whose souls have already left the building. It was late enough that even Marine Drive had stopped performing for couples and influencers. The city was exhaling, a rare moment when Mumbai decides to feel tired instead of pretending it's unstoppable. I reached Churchgate station. Platforms 1 to 4 were mostly empty, except for pigeons judging everyone, and few night shift workers moving like ghosts with ID cards instead of chains. And then I heard it, a local approaching, but not the usual metal clatter. This one sounded slower, heavier, like it was carrying something other than passengers. The indicator board did not update. No announcements, no crowd, just a train pulling in without permission, as if the city itself had forgotten to stop it. I glided in, lights dim, doors already open. Inside, the seats were almost full, not with people, with shapes, outlines of commuters who all looked slightly off, bent in ways tired bodies shouldn't bend, still in ways living bodies shouldn't stay still. A security guard on the platform muttered under his breath, "I don't get into that. Last local is over." But fatigue is a dangerous emotion. It makes you careless, makes you surrender judgment, makes you board trains that shouldn't exist. So, of course, I stepped in. The moment I stepped in, the doors slid shut, not with usual Mumbai urgency, that aggressive thud, which sounds like the train saying, "Bro, decide fast. I don't have time for your drama." No, this was gentle, almost considerate, which was far more terrifying. I looked around. The passengers were all office going types, wrinkled shirts, laptop bags, empty tiffin boxes, faces as blank as a government website during exam season. But something was strange. No one blinked. Not once. Not even the habitual blinkers, those corporate species who blink loudly to prove they are overworked. All of them were staring at nothing, not out the window, not at their phones, not even at depression, the most popular Mumbai view, just straight ahead, as if waiting for an instruction that never arrives. Suddenly, the train jerked and we started moving, but we were going too slowly, like the train wasn't sure. It wanted to commit to motion, like it had second thoughts. I looked for the indicator screen to check the next station, but instead of station names, it displayed, "Where are you going?" I blinked. The screen changed. "No, really, where?" A polite, sarcastic haunting. "Beautiful." The woman beside me suddenly whispered, "I used to know. I really did." Her voice cracked, not with pain, but with the exhaustion of someone who stopped being the main character of their own life a long time ago. A crackle, then the announcement played, but it wasn't usual robotic voice saying, "Next station, Marine Lines." This one was softer, older, disappointed. It said, "Next station, Compromise." I froze. The passengers didn't react. Maybe this was their everyday route. The train crawled through pitch dark tunnels, not the regular South Bombay tunnels. These were different. No graffiti, no leak stains, no rats blotting unionization. Just darkness that felt deliberate. The announcement crackled again. Next station, denial. A man near the door began quietly sobbing. The kind of crying that comes from someone who hasn't spoken honestly to himself in years. The train slowed, not for a platform, just for the sake of slowing, like a person hesitating before telling the truth. Outside the window, I didn't see a station. I saw silhouettes, hundreds, commuter like shapes, standing on nothing, waiting. I whispered, "Why aren't they getting on?" The old woman next to me replied, "They can't. They haven't admitted they are lost yet." I felt a chill that had nothing to do with the air conditioning and everything to do with recognition. The announcement returned. Agla station, regression. And for the first time, I understood why ghosts haunt places, not because they are stuck, but because the living keep walking into the same loops, thinking it's progress. Suddenly, the train shuddered to a halt. The lights flickered. The passengers finally blinked, as if waking up from a shared dream. Outside the window, no station, no tracks, just a long corridor of dim lights leading into a mist. The indicator screen now displayed, "Last stop, yourself." My stomach tightened. Philosophy is great until it becomes interactive. A man in corner stood up like a puppet being lifted by strings and stepped up out through the open door into the mist without hesitation. Then another and another, like sleepers returning to their beds. I turned to the woman beside me. "Where are they going?" She smiled, a sad, tired smile. "To the place they forgot to go while chasing everything else." I looked out again. The corridors glowed faintly, like it was lit by old regrets. Something in me whispered, "Go," but something stronger whispered, "Not yet." Because the truth is, everyone wants to meet themselves, just not today, not on a weekday, when there is work tomorrow. The woman stepped out too. Before vanishing, she turned and said, "Most people don't disappear, they just stop being visible to their own lives." And then she was gone. The train suddenly clamped shut, jerked backward, and shot towards Churchgate, like it wanted to undo itself when the doors opened. It was 1:22 a.m. Normal time, normal platform, normal world. The last local already had left 10 minutes earlier, but the train I stepped out of wasn't on any schedule, and it wasn't there anymore. Just a faint digital flicker on the indicator. You missed your stop. I walked out of the station into the indifferent city. Mumbai doesn't care if you get lost. It only cares if you slow down. But every night since then, when I hear a train whistle echoing through the empty streets, I wonder, was it a ghost train, a hallucination, a warning, or simply the universe whispering, you can keep running forever, but eventually you will have to meet yourself. This was Unclaimed. I'm your host, Prasad Chaubey. Stay curious, but remember, curiosity is harmless. Self-honesty, that's the real horror. There is a strange truth about cities like Mumbai. They rarely kill you outright. They prefer a slow method, a gentle erosion, a standing down of the self, using deadlines, noise, traffic, and dreams that don't fit inside the human body. We keep calling this life, but if you listen carefully, it sounds a lot like maintenance. We maintain our careers, we maintain our relationships, we maintain our EMI cycles, calories, reputations, even our optimism, brushing it twice a day so it doesn't decay under stress. But maintaining is not the same as living. Maintenance has no heartbeat, it has a schedule. That's why the ghost train exists. Not to scare us, not to abduct us, not to punish us for ignoring the work life balance module in HR training. No, the train appears to return things the city quietly stole from us: time, attention, honesty, presence. That tiny inner voice we muted because the ringtone was too loud. You see, a city like Mumbai won't stop you from losing yourself. In fact, it'll clap for you, it'll promote you, it'll put you on fast track, sometimes literally, and it'll celebrate the fact that you no longer remember who you wanted to be before you became who you had to be. But here's the terrifying part: the city will never ask if you're lost, only you will, and only when everything goes silent. That's why the last local doesn't run on tracks. It runs on the moment we keep postponing for later, for when things settle down, for next year, for after this project. But life has no later. Only the calendar does. Every once in a while, the universe tries to interrupt us with a dream, a breakdown, a ghostly woman, a midnight train, a question we cannot answer. Most of us ignore it because ignorance is easier than transformation. But sometimes, rarely, quietly, secretly, someone chooses to get off at the station with no name. The one that simply says, "You